Oof. Okay, you sit down. Hi. Hold your out. Hi. Can you sit? Sit for me. Thank you. Sit. Yeah. Oh no. We might be a two cat video today. So hi. Hello. Welcome to the Hear Her Hand Knitting Podcast. My name is Jennifer. I am a knitter, crocheter, quilter, sewist, and all-around creative located in Baltimore, Maryland, where I live with two miniature schnauzers and two black cats who are currently helping with the elderly out bath because they love playing with the tripod. So it has been a while. I really want to do a couple of follow me as I do a project kind of videos, but I just have struggled with getting started. Also, I spent a month in Japan, so I am back from Japan. I did not get very much videoing done in Japan. We were very busy. I did, however, stop at Walnut. We were in Tokyo, so I stopped at Walnut and I got some yarn, which I'm going to share, and I knit the majority of a project there while we were in Japan. I will share that with you. But to start off, I have a finished object. I have 4, 5 widths, and I have 2 acquisitions in addition to the personally finished project that I started in Japan. I had this, which I started with because, oh my god, I feel like I shared this quite a bit while I was working on it, but this is my Hearthside Cardigan by Wool and Pine, and the yarn is really fun. 2 different advent sets from this Christmas. One was by the Suburban Stitcher, of course, and the other one was by McPurly. The one by Suburban Stitcher is called Grayscale Pop, and so I got the grayscale portion of the Grayscale Pop, and I got it in the 4 full skeins, and then I broke that up to mini skeins to kind of make this really color changing. And then the other one came in 25-gram mini skeins, and it's called God So Loved the World, and it was literally world color, so it's green and blue. I mean, you can see very clearly green and blue, and it was just really fun to knit. I really enjoyed the brioche once I got going and figured out what I was doing, but it definitely took a while. There are a couple of little oopsies in here somewhere, I'm sure. On top of which, whenever my dog reaches up and puts his teeth, pulls this out very easily, so I have to keep pulling them back through. Oh gosh, there's so much cat hair in here. But I've just really been loving it and wearing it a ton, and I will put in a couple pictures. But I've been wearing it literally every day. I will say, I did something on the collar. It was not the way the collar was described in the pattern. I kind of misread it. And then when I finished it, I was like, oh, I misread that. And I was like, I like it that way. It is definitely a much bigger, floppier collar than the pattern calls for, but it's comfy. And it's very much my current favorite wear at home project because it's really soft, which means it's really appealing, but it's really soft and comfortable, and it's just the perfect everyday thing to wear at home because it matches all my everyday stuff. So yeah, that is my Hearthside Cardigan by Wool and Pine. So I'll start with what I took to Japan with me to work on and abandoned after visiting Walnut. So, no, you can't. So, okay. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Let's see. So this is, I've talked about this one quite a bit before. This is my Mini Marinière. I started it in September of 2025. It has been a long-term project, which I knew that was going to happen. It's a fingering weight, like boxy, oversized sweater. It's meant to replace a sweater that I currently have that is wearing out to the point where like the folded hem on the like sleeves are like completely frayed all the way around. So clearly it needs a replacement, but this one's a bit of a ways in the making. So by Mini Marinière, I am knitting size M because I want it to very specifically match the fit of a sweater I already have. And I am knitting it in Knitting for Olive Merino in navy blue and elderflower. So this is what I have. And I think it's going pretty well. Like, I'm definitely altering the pattern a bit. So the sweater that I'm using as my pattern template, I guess, is larger stripes. So it's like 7-row stripes. So what I have done is turn that into a 3 and 5-row stripe repeat because I like skinny stripes. So what we've got so far is a like light V-neck, and here is, I put a stitch marker in it when I started knitting on the airplane. So I got 5-ish rounds done on the airplane on the way there, and I did the knitting and reading, and I think this is a good project that I can put somewhere. I'd love to take it in bed with me and knit and read, but I have a dog that likes to eat yarn specifically in the bed. I don't know what his problem is. I guess he thinks that really should be relaxing. So that may not happen, but that is the eventual goal. What size needles am I using? So I am a very tight knitter, and I am using a US 4 or 2.5 millimeter needle for this, which I think is still a size up from the pattern. And when I started, it was really hurting my hands, so I actually got a recommendation from the knitting crew that I'm involved with, and they recommend Raquel yarn, something, Raquel needles, and they're like an octagon. They're like more straight-sided, but they're not a square. They're much easier to work with. I don't generally prefer metal needles, but these are significantly easier for me to knit on than any of my wood ones. So this is what I've been working on. So I did start this, and I did a good bit of knitting on it on the plane there, and then like I think the second day we were in Japan, we decided to venture forth to a yarn store, which shocker. And when we went to the yarn store, we found Walnut in Tokyo. We were staying in Tokyo for a month for my partner for work. And I found, did I bring this game with me? No? Oh, I did. Oops, okay. I'll put a picture of this game in here. So, this game is Amerisu neon sprinkles hand dyed in the colorway Predawn, which I got walnut in Tokyo. It is a super wash. It is super wash merino, hand dyed with. I know the little neps are a different, I can't remember, like a viscose or something. So yeah, so I started this in Tokyo. So this is my Raglan Lite with some modifications. So I did a slight V-neck on this as well. I just really prefer like a high V on me personally. So I did some alterations to pattern to get a V-neck out of this, and I added a little bit of a rib on the side for some interest, also to help me keep track of where I was. And I knit this, so I had started it in a slightly larger needle, and I sized down to a US 6, which is a 4mm, because it was looking kind of see-through. And it still is, like, if I hold it up to light, I'm sure you can see through it. But it's much better than it was. And I knit basically 1.5 Raglan Lite, in Sure. And I also, the other thing I did was I did not do the texture on the sleeve, because this already has a lot going on visually, and I thought that would just be too much. I've got my little rounded hem. I have not blocked this because I'm gonna pick up and do the sleeves, but I keep putting it off because I need to wind the ball first. So that was one thing I did. I did that while we were in Japan, and also this kind of started me on my kick of being I wouldn't say I'm a monogamous knitter exactly, but I'm more monogamous at home. So like I have one silver project that is knitting, and one silver project that is like crochet-ish. And then aside from that, I have my like 1-bedroom project and my purse projects. I do have 4 or 5 projects, but when I'm sitting on the sofa doing Zooms or calls, I'm knitting on one thing, but not this one right now. I'll show you the one that I'm knitting on most when I'm sitting on the sofa doing calls right now. That is this one, which is a project that I picked up when I got home to join Knitty Natty's Keep and Teague knit along. So this was one that I started last summer. So last summer I did test knit the Palm Springs tank for Knit California, and when I did that, I did it in lemon grass green yarn, and it was very pretty. But it was a bit tight on my bust. It actually fit really well everywhere else, but it was tight on my bust. So I have sized up. Honestly, I probably still could have done that size, the small size, like from here to here, but I didn't. I did the next size 2. So this is size 2. I have knitted in a variegated yarn, rainbow yarn that I got in, what did I get? Like 2022. So the majority of this is Knit Pick Stroll fingering in the color Pearlescent tonal, which is like sort of a winter white beige, which is the most like calm white I could get that would work for my summer skin tone. And the neon is from, it's a stained glass set that I got from, I will try to find the dyer and put it here, but it's someone from UK, I believe, and I probably won't be buying yarn from UK again for a while. Not by any fault of this dyer, but thanks to the situation in the US. But yeah, so I've got this, and I have finished knitting the hem, and all I have to do is turn it and stitch it on. I really am very, very close to done, and I have to pick up and do the collar. But the way I did this was I did the armholes in the same neon rainbow yarn. And I did that before I finished the body because I wanted to make sure I had enough yarn. And I figured I would do the neckline in the white because it would look better closer to my face. But I think this will be a really fun, like, summer tank, possibly to wear to Pride if I can get out to California again. And I had a lot of fun making this. I can't wait to wear it. So that is my Palm Springs tank by Knit California. This is a size small. And I used a 0.5 millimeter needle. Also, I started knitting this. I put this aside. This is no bearing on how long this actually takes to knit. But I started knitting this in April of 2025. So we're gonna finish it in May of 2026. Oh. Okay, the other easy little project I've had I actually started this in January when I was in California. Visiting my friend. Is my, it is, here it is, my Musselburgh by Ysolda Teague. I'm not sure what size this is. I think I knit the smallest adult size, and I am using a 2.5 millimeter sock needle. And the yarn is the Lemonade sock, the Lemonade shop, simple sock in the color Showgirl or something. Showgirl, Life of a Showgirl, the Taylor Swift colorway. What is this? Not for you, mister. No, that's not for you either. Don't. So this is the Taylor Swift colorway. And it's fun. And this is my purse knitting. I took it to Pilates with me this week, and while I was waiting for them to start up, I sat and knit on my mat, and it was like, oh, that's so cool. I really like how that's working out. Is it two yarns? And I was like, it is a variegated skein. So that is my Musselburgh by Ysolda Teague that I started in January of this year. And that's really fun. And then, right, so got, yes, I have two other yarns that I bought. One of them already has a project for it, so pull that up on my queue. Is it on my queue? Oh no, it's not. Please while I find that. Okay, so this is, I am going to use this yarn, this one, which, that's my wool. Anyway, this is a Daruma. So I did buy this in Japan. I bought it at a different yarn shop that I don't recall the name of. It was closer to, but, so, made in Japan. It is Airy Wool Alpaca. And the little label says Daruma. Has 100 meters for 30 grams, 50% merino wool, 20% baby alpaca. I believe this is DK. I did verify with the yarn shop owner. And I am planning on making the Hearthside Cardigan by Alexandra, which is in rose. Okay. Yes, so this is the sweater I want to make out of this. It's by Burton Rose. It is this sweater. It's very cute. It's the V-neck. I will probably decrease the sleeves rather than do the like blue pattern that it looks like this is. And it's a really lovely little like mini, even a mini faux cable. And I will have to measure before I start that. But yeah, I think it will be a really fun pattern. Although I might, because it's alpaca and it just hit like 90 for today, I might wait until summer is over to start that. And then the one other project I'm planning on doing that I got is both like a brand new pattern and a brand new yarn. So I am planning on knitting the Cosmopolitan Tea by Tori because the fleece pattern is super cute. And I'm planning on knitting it in this, which is French Blue Sock by the Suburban Stitcher. Which is just such a gorgeous, like, purple, blue, green. It's like a periwinkle-ish color with a lot more visual interest. So fun. So fun. And this will be nice because it's not alpaca. It will be a good summer knit. Yeah. So those are my current projects that are currently in progress. I have also the finished object. Like, if I were to tell you how many projects I actually have, I think the number is a hair under. No, it's not as bad as I thought. I have like 8 total projects that are not finished, and I'm working on like 5-ish, so it's not bad. And also I'm working really hard on focusing on finishing projects. So like I'm doing more kind of one project at a time focus. Yeah, so that is my whips, my acquisition. And my cats who have finally settled down. Good cat. Love how I look out, isn't it? So, if you enjoyed my little bitty project update and want to follow into more like pictures and videos about what we've been up to, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will do a knit through a day with me video, which might be fun. But yeah, feel free to follow along. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Maybe give my video a thumbs up to show other people that you like my video. Maybe show it to other people. That'd be fantastic. I really love making content. I love talking about my knitting. I love knitting. It's been very much fun. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. What are you working on this summer? You have a piece or tank that you are currently knitting on for the summer, or are you in the southern hemisphere? Are you starting your like heavy winter knits? Because if you are, I recommend this one. It is, I believe it's a worsted weight. So yeah, let's get into specifics. It is actually hi. Meow. Meow. Fingering held together. No, it's not worsted. It doesn't say what weight it is. What the heck, guys? It's fingering held together, so it's 2 strands of fingering for each part of the brioche. And then it's 4 strands of fingering for all the garter. It is very thick and squishy, but it's not. I don't think it's worth it. I don't know. Maybe somebody else does. If you know what this is supposed to be, like what weight, let me know. But it's comfortable. It's definitely like gonna be a year-round cardigan, except for the dead of summer. But I did knit it, of course, on a bigger needle, so I used a US 8, yes, a US 8 for the brioche and a US 11 for the garter. And my garter is like pretty solid, so I definitely need to size up. But yeah, and I knit, the size I knitted was, I knit the second size, and I wanted a little more space. I wanted to be very boxy. But yeah, I recommend this. Yeah, let me know what you're knitting. Would love to hear from you. And that's all for now. Because somebody's getting confused.